Hi guys, so here I am. I'm going to start my sourdough pizza, and I already have a really happy mature starter. So this is at its full capacity, and I followed Josh Weissman to get my starter going, and it's so healthy and vibrant and strong. So what I'm going to do, it's actually 10 o'clock at night, and I need to put my starter and get my dough going, and then it's going to ferment overnight, and then I can make the pizza tomorrow. So I'll just show you how I do it. So what I'm using is my starter. This is room temperature filtered water, really good quality sea salt. And then I'm using organic whole wheat flour and organic unbleached white flour. And then I get these locally. And then I have my big bowl here and my scale. And what I'm gonna do, I'll just read the recipe out and then I'll mix it and show you when I get to that stage. So in this bowl, you're gonna add 50 grams of the whole wheat, 450 grams of the unbleached white organic flour, 100 grams of starter, 350 grams of the room temperature water, and 10 grams of sea salt. Okay, I'll be right back. So there you have it. I have all of my ingredients that I listed off in the bowl. And this recipe calls for a shaggy dough. And so basically this is really fun. You get your hands in there and you want to get everything like really incorporated. So I just do this kind of scoop and then squeeze because it just seems to work out best that way. So just keep working. You got to make sure there's no dry bits at the end of this. I do this, I'll probably do this for about 3 to 5 minutes, just because I like it to be super incorporated. So what I'll do is I'm going to keep working this, and then I'll come back and show you what I do next. So there you go, there's my shaggy dough. So I just kneaded it like I showed you earlier for about 3 minutes. Got most of it just gets so sticky, it starts to get really difficult because it just sticks to your hands. So I'll just show you. Well, that's not a very good shot. So anyways, that's shaggy dough. And what I'm gonna do now is just cover it with some cling wrap, and you're supposed to let it set at room temperature, but I mean, what's room temperature? It's really cold where I am right now, so I'm gonna put it on top of my fridge where it's pretty warm, and then I'll kind of make a little barrier for it. And then I will come back in the morning and show you what I do next. Hi guys, it's Deborah. So I'm gonna show you how I make the best ever oats. So what I do is I take half a cup of these rolled oats, and I'm gonna soak them in a jar overnight with about, I don't know, maybe a cup of filtered water, which I will just rinse and discard in the morning. And then in this jar, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of these hemp hearts, and I'm gonna only fill it, I'm gonna put maybe a 1/4 cup because it will actually absorb all the liquid. And then when I add it to the oats after they're cooked, it just comes out amazing. And then also what I'm going to do is put 10 of these cashews in some filtered water to soak as well, because I'm going to make cashew milk. And if I use 10, even 11, I get like a really nice, thick, creamy plant-based milk. So there it is. I'm gonna get everything done and then I'll show you what I do in the morning. Hey guys, it's Deborah. So this is the next morning after I put my oats and my chia seeds and my hemp hearts in the water to soak overnight. And that process helps to, it's like what they call pre-digesting or sprouting, and I find it easier to digest because I'm on a gut healing diet, anti-inflammatory, all that kind of stuff, trying to heal my gut, and this really works well. So there are my, I think I put 12 cashews in there, and I soaked those overnight as well. And then I'm going to top my oatmeal with some maple syrup and some blueberries. So what I do now is, because I like to cook the oats in the cashew milk, so I'm going to show you how I do that, and I'll be right back. So here's my soaking cashews. So I'm just going to drain them. And actually what I like to do is, I find it very easy on my stomach and my digestion. So what I'm going to do now is add 1 cup of filtered water, and then I'm going to blend it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I blended the cashews in the water on 10 for about 30 or 40 seconds, and you just really want to pulverize those cashews. All right, so I'm going to put my oatmeal in the nut milk on the stove and just cook it down, and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so here's my drained and rinsed soaked oatmeal. So I just put that right in the pot. Sorry about that. And then I add my 1 cup of cashew milk to the pot. You could also add vanilla, cinnamon. Sometimes at the end when it's all cooked, I add some cinnamon. All the usual oatmeal toppings. I just feel like I want something simple. I've been fasting now for 38 hours because I do alternate day fasting. So I'm breaking my fast with this healthy, nutritious meal. So what I do is I put it on max, bring it to a boil, and once it's at a full boil, I usually turn it down to about 2 or 3, and I stir constantly for a couple minutes, because the thing with this oatmeal is you want to get, you can get the consistency that you want based on the cook time and the amount of liquid you add. I like mine in between, not too thick and not too soupy. So I just adjust my cook time, because I also am going to be adding my chia seeds and hemp hearts, and that, as soon as I add that, it thickens up quite a bit. So yeah, I hope that made sense. Anyways, I'll come back when I'm ready to, when it's done the cook time, and I can show you what it looks like. Hi guys, just gonna show you. So the oatmeal is just coming to a boil, and you can see at this stage how thick and creamy it is already. Actually, what I'm going to do right now is turn this down to 2, because I don't want this to get too crazy boiling, because it thickens really fast from here. And I like to just keep stirring it. You don't have to. I just like to because I don't want it to get sticky on the bottom, and also I think it helps to in the thickening process. Plus I can just be very mindful of consistency, and when you reach that consistency that you like, you just remove it from the cooking heat pretty immediately. So this is getting pretty close already. That wasn't very long. So creamy. This is the creamiest oatmeal, and the cashew milk is the game changer. And because it's not store-bought, it doesn't have all those added chemicals and thickeners. This is as natural as it gets. And I wanted to say too, I don't know if I mentioned, for the cashews, to make that milk, you need whole, raw, organic cashews. You couldn't make it with the roasted, or the roasted cashews wouldn't work in this. And I buy these at a natural food market. I have seen them at Walmart, but my gut tells me that it's not a great choice, just because raw nuts will go rancid. So I just like to buy my raw nuts from quality shop that I know I trust and all that kind of stuff. So this is perfect for me now. I don't know, it's just amazing. All right, so I'm going to show you the finished product. So there, I just put my oats from the pot into the bowl, and that's how creamy they have come out. So now what I'm gonna do is add my chia seeds, which you can see they're pretty gelled now. So I just incorporate the chia and hemp, which makes it even creamier. And a while ago I did just a breakdown of the macros of this, and specifically just for the protein. And this comes out to be about 9 or 10 grams of protein in this, and it's purely plant-based. There's no protein powder, there's no chemicals, everything's whole food. So that's pretty incredible. And then I just top it with my blueberries, and I like a generous amount of maple syrup, but it's whatever your thing is. While I'm doing alternate day fasting, I literally just enjoy my food to the max. So there it is. I will see you for my next meal. Hi guys, so it's the next day. It's pretty much 12 hours from when I let my Shaggy Dough set overnight in the warm on top of my fridge. You want about between 74 and 78 degrees. So it has obviously risen quite a bit. So at this stage, I'm just going to do one set of stretch and pull and see how the dough looks after 30 minutes of resting from that. I may do another one. I'm going to do the stretch and pull. You might want to have just damp fingers, and I'll just show you a couple of what I do. It's very sticky, but essentially, you see how you don't want it to break. It's hard to hold the camera and do this. So I go around, and you want to just stretch and then pull over. And then stretch, preferably before it breaks, and then pull over And I do about 4. So stretch and pull. I'm gonna do one more. Stretch. That was a good stretch and pull. I'm actually gonna do just one more. It's probably just feels like really you don't want it to break like that, and I'm good with that. So now I'm just going to cover it back up, and it'll rise up again. It's just strengthening the dough. Okay, so I will show you when I'm ready to make the pizza dough. Hi guys, it's Deborah. So I'm going to show you how I make my plant-based Alfredo sauce, which I'm going to use as the base for my sourdough pizza coming up soon. So in my Vitamix, I'm going to add my soaked, this is a half a cup of raw organic cashews that have been soaked for about an hour. It's preferable to soak them overnight, especially if you don't have a Vitamix or a high-speed blender, but for this purpose it's fine. So there's that half a cup of soaked cashews. I'm going to use 1 to 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. I just going to see how it comes together first. Salt, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and my secret ingredient is some boiled white potato. That's 1 small to medium potato, and I'm just reserving the liquid so that I can use that liquid if I need. And also I put in here about a half a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm gonna load everything up in the blender. So my lemon juice, my soaked raw organic cashews, and my potatoes. Not sure if I'm going to use the whole potato, but let's see how it looks. I think that's going to be good. So maybe 3/4 of a medium potato. Then I am going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt. I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Oops. And just maybe, that's good. I don't know what that is, less than a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And so what I'm going to do is put it through the Vitamix. If I find that it's too thick, because this sauce is going on a pizza, it's not for pasta, so I want it fairly thick. So without any extra liquid at this point, I'm going to see how it runs, and then I'll show you how it turns out. Oh my goodness. So I ended up adding 3 tablespoons of the cooking water from the potatoes, and then actually only ended up using maybe not quite a tablespoon, well, let's say a tablespoon of the nutritional yeast. And I mean, that's like perfection. It tastes so good. It's not too cheesy. It's really thick because it's going on my pizza. So I'm happy with all of that. A lot of these sauces, it's just trial and error to get the consistency for what you want it for. Like if this were for pasta, I think I would add a little bit more water. But you can see the flakes of black pepper, and it's just, I mean, you can't see the taste, but believe me. So I'll come back when I'm gonna put this all together for the pizza and show you how it turns out. Oh, and I don't know if I said I'm going to saute these cremini mushrooms with butter and salt, and those will go on my sourdough pizza. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, so I just took my sourdough pizza out of the oven. I baked it on the skillet. I absolutely didn't have time to film the process of getting here because everything just started happening too fast. So that's my sourdough pizza dough, and then I put my plant-based Alfredo sauce and the sauteed mushrooms. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to let it cool in the pan for a few minutes, and then I'll put it on the board and cut into a piece and show you. It looks amazing. I'm still really new at sourdough. It's really an art. So I'm not sure. Some parts look a little weird. But anyway, I'll show you when it is on the board. So here it is out of the pan, and it's looking pretty good. Normally with sourdough bread, you don't cut into it for a little bit, but I have to try before I go to work. I just want to show you the bottom, and it's got a good char. I would say it's maybe a little bit too charred, but there's some more of my Alfredo sauce, so I'm gonna cut into it because you can see, like, this is my first time making this. It looks like it's really good pizza dough. But anyway, I'm just a little worried about the bottom being so charred, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut into a piece and then I'll show you in just a sec. So I cut into it. It is a little bit burnt. Maybe not burnt, but it's super crispy on the bottom. I haven't bit into the crust yet. That looks okay. I tried a method that I won't use again. You know, it's just a matter of tweaking it as you go until you hit that sourdough perfection. But what I'm gonna do is, the Alfredo sauce got a little bit dried out, so I'm going to just actually put a little bit of the fresh Alfredo sauce, like a dip, I guess, because it got super dried out. Anyway, so there she be. That looks a little it's not as pretty as these ones are. So anyways, guys, that's my what I eat in a day, and I will eat this. Probably I'll have this piece now, and then I'll bring another piece, maybe 2 pieces with me, because I'm heading to work and I don't want to eat. I want to close my eating window fairly soon into the evening. But anyway, tomorrow's my fast day, so I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this pizza, and I will see you guys next time.